So this is our park. Well, technically it's Ollie and Otie's park. That's what we like to say, because we always take them here to go and walk. Anyway, it is freezing cold today and I probably should have worn a scarf because the real feel is -1, but we will live and learn and survive. How's it guys? Welcome back to another HanSelah video. I'm Han. I talk about all things to do with graphic design and running my own freelance graphic design business, and today we are in the park. Growing up, I was really inspired by a photojournalist called Dan Eldon. He lived his life very creatively, and I kept his book in my bedroom and I used to read it at least once, if not twice, every week. And that gave me a lot of direction in my life as a creative, the way that I lived my life as a creative when I was especially in high school and early university. And to think I finished high school 10 years ago, which is wild. This year is my 10 years since being out of high school. And I look back at myself and pictures of myself when I was in high school, when I was younger, and everything I did was creative. It was to be creative, to be the most creative person I could ever be. And I referenced a lot of my life living it the way that Dan Eldon lived his life, and everything I did was in pursuit of creative endeavors. And I feel like I'm no longer living like that, and I'm in a bit of a mental rut and I'm stuck, and I'm turning 27 in about 2 weeks, so I don't know if that is kind of playing on my head, like where's all this time gone. But there's no point to this video, kind of just about my life as a creative, these struggles that I'm kind of going through right now within my own brain, being a creative person and not feeling my creative purpose. So this is just about how I plan to find my purpose, get back on track, and be just more creative. Especially when I look at myself when I was younger. You know, I'll put some pictures up. You can see everything about me was creative. I loved being creative. You could see that I was a creative person from a mile away. And I feel like you can't see that now. Like if you just look at me, I don't look creative. Not saying I need to actually be perceived as a creative person at all times, but I don't feel creative. That's one of the struggles that I'm kind of dealing with right now. I need to get that back. I need to be purposefully creative again. So that's what this video is about. There's no real point, but enjoy it. And if you're a creative and you relate to the feelings that I'm feeling, drop it in the comments, let me know. You know, you're not alone in those endeavors. And if you are not a creative person and you're listening to this video and it's probably just me complaining about random stuff, there's no point to this video really. You know, just move on from the video. But anyway, that is all, and peace and love. Let's get you guys connected to a microphone. Okay, that should be 100 times better, hopefully. So let's get comfy. I'm going to get my special book out. If you've been following me on Instagram, you'll know about my ideas book. So let's flip to the page. I actually folded it because generally I just open a random page and start writing, and then I was like, wait, when I arrive at the park I'm probably going to need to know where I am. So yeah, that's what I did for this. So fun fact, I did not realize that I accidentally switched the settings in my camera, so there may or may not be a horrible recording happening. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't even know if the autofocus was on. I only just realized this now after I filmed this entire thing. I'm freezing my butt off right now, so I'm probably going to head home, but hopefully it's still going to be okay. It may be out of focus, I don't know, but we're gonna see, so bear with me. Okay, I had a relook and it looks like the footage is okay. It looks like it's in focus. You guys are lucky. I'm so lucky. Oh my goodness, I imagine me having to refilm that entire thing. Yo, it's also quite funny because the French are such private people and I'm sitting in the park recording myself and people are probably looking at me like, what the heck is this woman doing? Filming herself in public, because it's very un-French for you to do that. So yeah, funny. Anyway, so I don't actually know why I wanted to film in the park today. I just felt like I needed to go film in the park, so here we are. And I'm sitting right next to some water, so I hope you guys can hear me alright. Let's turn, you guys, so I can actually get somewhat comfortable on this park bench. That's better. Oh my word. Well, welcome back to HanSelah, guys. Real feel is a crisp -1 degree Celsius, but technically it says it's 4 degrees, but yeah, it's definitely feeling colder than 4. And obviously I forgot to pack a scarf and a beanie, but it's alright. I'll press through. I'll continue. I mean, this is France. It's crazy. When I lived in South Africa, I was in a city called Durban, which is a very beachy, coastal vibe city. Super warm. Winter in Durban is like 20 degrees Celsius on a cool day. So yeah, when I moved to France, I just about froze my butt off, because then I realized what real winter is and what real cold is. Kind of crazy. Anyway, I just feel like I need to be in the park today to film, to get outside. And I feel like I'm betraying my dogs, because usually whenever I go to the park, I take the dogs. And today I left them at home. But I feel like I just need to be in the park for myself today. So yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going through a bit of a creative rut right now. I don't even know if I'm going to post this video. It might even just be for my own personal archives to look back on one day. But long story short, it's my birthday month. I turned 27 at the end of February, which is crazy. There's like 2 weeks until my birthday. I've been looking back lately on where the heck my life has gone. So at the end of this year, I'm going to be in France for 5 years. So I get that. I've been out of school for 10 years this year, which is wild. And I don't know, I'm just going through a bit of a mental shift in my life. I feel like I'm not being the creative that I need to be. I feel that I've lost my purpose as a creative, and for me personally, that is like one of my biggest fears being a creative person, is not having purpose or not knowing what I want. I don't know, I'm just struggling a lot with that, and I don't know if it's because I'm spending another year in France in the cold and I'm so used to living in a warm climate with a garden, and you know, life here is so different to South Africa. And yes, my husband and I are used to it, but like it'll never fully feel like home, and that is a mental shift that I'm still trying to negotiate within my own brain. And on top of that, obviously I work remotely. I work with clients all over the world, so I don't go to an office to work and see people. So for example, if I don't see my friends on the weekends, I don't see people other than my husband. And for example, we had Christmas at our house last year, and we had a whole bunch of people come around to our house, and then we didn't go out until the last weekend of January. So for an entire month, the only other human I saw was my husband. So that's another thing that kind of like plays in my brain every now and then. Anyway, I don't really know where I'm going with this video. It's kind of just to voice my thoughts and my feelings as I'm now entering or becoming 27. And there's so much that goes on inside my brain behind the scenes. I know you guys just see like a small little snapshot of my life. You know, my whole life is about being creative, being a creative person, creating things for a purpose. And I just feel that lately I've lost my purpose. And I look back at myself, especially now that I'm turning another year older, I look back at myself as like what I used to be in university, and I miss the person that I used to be. I miss how creative, and I used to say yes to things. I used to jump at opportunities, and I feel like I'm still doing that, but in a very guarded sense. And I get as you get older, you have to be more cautious and careful with how you live your life, and I can't be as frivolous as I once was, where you just like say yes and try new things and experience life. But I miss that about me, because truly down to my core, that's who I am. I am a very spontaneous person. I love to do things. I love to go places. I love to see things and build things and create things and make music and make friendships and eat good food, and that is all still very much me, and all of that affects my creativity. And you know, I look at myself when I was younger, and everything about me, I eat, breathed, slept creativity. My whole goal and aim in life was to be the most creative person that I could be. And it's true, like I used to have so many things that defined me as me. Everything I did was for a creative outcome of some sort. I don't know if this is even making sense, but these are conversations that I have in my head every day as a creative person that just feels like it feels like I've lost my spark. I need to find my creative purpose in life. Yeah. Anyway, I know it's a deep conversation. Again, I don't have a script for this either. I'm kind of just saying kind of what I'm feeling in my head currently. And it also, in terms of like creativity and stuff, like I used to be so creative, like people could see me coming and know that I was a creative person, and now I feel like I'm just an ordinary person. I don't know. This is such a bizarre topic. But anyway, I was writing down some ideas in my ideas book, and it was basically about what is my calling, you know, in terms of art and creativity and design. And you know, I've realized that I no longer move my body, go out, be in nature, and that is such a big part of my life. I mean, my entire university project that I based my honors on was hiking and signboards, and I spent 2 years hiking in the mountains and the bush, specifically so I could be outside. And obviously here in France, life is very different. There's only certain months of the year that you're probably wanting to be outside. Not this month. As you can see, I'm freezing and my fingertips are like turning pink. I don't know if you can even see that. Oh my gosh. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I need to zoom out of my current environment and see it from a bigger picture, because I feel like it's gotten very monotonous, very boring, very normal, very ordinary, and I don't like that. And I feel stuck. I feel halted. I don't feel creative. As a creative person, I need to be in creative spaces. I need to be in creative environments, having creative conversations, making creative connections. And I just feel like I'm lacking that, and that is directly impacting me mentally, which is then impacting my creativity as well. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I need to zoom out and just have a look at all these things, and whether that's creating a routine, because again, I don't really have much of a routine. I've never really been a routine person, but maybe if it involves that, just having that sort of structure or organization in my life to help me be a more creative person. I do have some things I'm looking forward to though. We're going to South Africa in the first week of March, so I'm very, very excited for that. We're going for a friend's wedding. I can't wait to be in the sunshine. I can just put on a pair of slops and a pair of shorts and walk out the door. I don't have to layer up and have all these different layers and clothing on. And yeah, I don't know. I'm really looking forward to that. I think I just need a refresh. And yeah, people always say I'm always such a happy and positive person, which I am, and I am happy and positive right now. Currently I have an amazing life, but I still feel like something is missing, and it's definitely coming in terms of just being creative. It sounds very difficult to explain this to a non-creative person, but I've always had a creative lifestyle and I'm just missing that. Now, when I was in high school, for example, I used to read this book by Dan Eldon, and it's called The Journey is the Destination. I absolutely love this book. It's one of his visual journals, and I kept this in my bedroom all the time on my bookshelf, and I probably paged through this book like at least once or twice a week. And whenever I used to look at this book, I used to be inspired, and I used to continue to live my life in this creative fashion. And that book is no longer with me. It's back in South Africa, so I want to bring that book back here with me. So I've got it again just to reference, because it's such a great way to live my life by, and I was really happy following my life, living it so creatively. Things are going, things are happening, I'm living, but I'm not alive, and I need to do something to feel more alive in a creative sense. So much of my life and my creative endeavors have been for the specific reason of having some sort of creative purpose for people. I realized I just did this to you guys, and if you're South African, you're gonna laugh out loud because anyway, moving on. So yeah, I don't know, there's just a lot of things going through my mind right now as I turn 27, and I've done so many amazing things in my life, and then I feel the last couple of years, yes, I'm growing, yes, I'm evolving, yes, I'm being more creative, yes, my business has grown, yes, I've had some amazing clients. Personally, my life is like doing so great. Just mentally, I'm feeling a little bit exhausted. I know this probably just sounds like a video where I'm complaining, and it is. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat that, it is. But this year, I want to live a better life, and a more creative life, and a more purpose-driven life, and a more spontaneous, beautiful life where I'm not feeling like this. Like, I'm not using my creative pursuits in the way that they should be. Anyway, the purpose for this video is kind of to just A, rant, but B, to show other creatives that these feelings are completely normal. And I'm pretty sure there are other creatives out there that have these same feelings as me, and I would say they are less common. I think for a non-creative person, they might look in through the looking glass, see this and think, what the heck is this woman talking about? Like, she's just complaining for the sake of complaining. And yes, maybe that is it, but as a creative person, I can relate to other creatives when they are struggling specifically on not being creative. And I know that seems like such a small ordeal, but you know, this is my whole life is about creative pursuits. And the moment I stop creating, building, crafting for purpose, that is when I feel lost. And that's my biggest fear in life, is not having some form of purpose to put my creativity into. So, and again, that probably seems so frugal, but it's true. Like, yeah. Anyway, the sun is out, which is divine because I'm freezing my butt off, but it's also bright, but I'm loving it. I'm soaking it all up because the sun hardly comes out here in Normandy. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm absolutely loving the sunshine. Maybe it's a sign, and it's created like an exact spotlight on me. I don't know if you guys can There's no other sun in other places. It's literally just on my face. So I'm taking that as a sign to just say, I hear you. And yeah, we're gonna make some changes this year. Just be all around more creative. All of my decisions that I want to do, I want to be creative. I want to be building towards something more, you know. And I'm sick of just plodding along and doing nothing with my ideas. And see, that's the crazy thing about being creative is I get 300 million different ideas coming into my brain at all times. And you know, that's why I have this ideas book, is literally to write all my things down, to draw pictures, to draw icons, to draw scamps, to do mind map, to brainstorm, to think of all sorts of things. And that's why I don't have an order to this book either. I literally open a random page and I just start writing and scribbling, because if I had to put this in order, it wouldn't work. The thing I like about having a random page book is I turn to a random page. When it has a random page, it forces me to actually open the book and to page through to find a blank page, and then I end up revisiting my ideas. So that is the whole point as to why I keep a random ideas book. And this is my one for January. It's already filling up quite quickly. I probably go through about 3 or 4 ideas books per year, and I fill it with ideas and sketches and scamps and goals and visions and aspirations and passions and meeting notes from clients and random ideas and shopping lists and to-do lists, and all sorts of stuff goes into my ideas book. Like, I would be totally lost if I had to lose my ideas book. But anyway, that is the importance of keeping an ideas book, because it keeps you on your toes, it keeps you thinking, keeps you brainstorming, keeps you just constantly growing and learning and appreciating and having goals and visions that you're working towards. And as a creative person, having that is so important. Having those creative pursuits is so important. As I turn 27, as you know, I only have 3 more years left in my 20s. That is wild. And then I'm in my 30s. That's insane. But anyway, the purpose of this video is to kind of just go over where my thoughts are currently in my brain, life, and where I want to be and what I want to do and where I want to go and who I was and who I am now. And I feel like I'm not growing in the direction that I need to be going in or growing into. And also touching on my ideas book and the importance of keeping an ideas book and how to use your ideas book. That is also kind of what this video is about. But anyway, oh, the sun just disappeared. Wonderful. It was quite bright in my face, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what it looked like on the camera. It may I might be a bit like overexposed for the last couple of moments, but anyway, that is kind of what's going through my mind right now. By the end of 2025, I want to feel alive, creatively alive, feel that I've put my ideas, implemented them, created things. That is my goal. But anyway, that is it for today. And again, I don't even know if I'm going to post this video, to be honest. I need to rewatch this and look over it and see. But let me show you what I'm currently looking at right now. So pretty. In summer, these shoot up really high. It's quite pretty. And that over there is a moon sculpture of a literal moon. Guys, I hope you have a lovely day wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for watching. And, you know, this year is going to be the year of creative endeavors, creative expression, creative freedom, and purposefully being creative. Just having purpose as a creative person, and that is my goal, that is my vision, that is what I need to do. Also, I'm not a vlogging person, so I feel like I should really get one of the wide lenses, like an 11mm lens, because I'm using a 15-45 and I have it on 15. But if I had an 11mm lens, that would be really cool. But they are so expensive. Oh my gosh. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. I will survive. Besides, I'm not going to be vlogging outside anytime soon unless I'm in South Africa, because that'll be warm. But here in France, like, I don't really need it right now, because how often do I sit in the freezing cold and vlog myself? Anyway, have a lovely day wherever you are, and I'll see you soon. Bye!